fantastic 5-0 win for the Bluebirds against Plymouth this weekend. Should Omer Riza get the job, we'll discuss it all with Mark and Yestin on Where Bluebirds Walk. Welcome to Where Bluebirds Walk.
Welcome to Bluebirds Walk. Good to meet James and Eston again, and you. All right, should we jump straight into this then, Eston? You must have been a bit frustrated over the international break, not to have appointed a manager, but has that frustration disappeared now?
Yeah. I mean, you can't really point fingers at that performance, can you? Because, I think it's the best we've played in years. There was two things for me, and going back to Bullet now, negative tactics, holding on for a point at times at home, especially, and team selection where he wouldn't play Colwell or Robertson because they're young, and he was sort of holding them back. But if they're good enough, play them, you know what I mean? And they're certainly proving that they're good enough, because that performance from Ruben Colwell, wow, it was fantastic.
Absolutely. James, there were some Cardiff fans having to go at the board over the international breaks and come on, this is slow, why have we not heard anything? Do you think that was deliberate? Do you think they were just biding the time to give Riza some more games because of the improvements you had seen? I mean, you beat Millwall, the points that you're picking up as well.
Yeah, I think obviously after the appointment of Bullet and giving him a 2-year deal, they did want to rush into getting a new manager in again. And also as well then with Omer Riza already sort of working with that squad and then picking up the win against Millwall and getting the draw against Bristol. He did, he got some time then to, work with the squad within the international break, and wow, what a performance that was. And not just the goals that we scored, but just the way that we played. The players on the ball, they were so calm. They didn't look nervous. They always just wanted to play. They played with so much freedom, and some of the passing and the movement off the ball is just something that we've lacked for many seasons. And to see it all, put together, yesterday it was fantastic and a joy to watch.
I'll ask you both then. Should he get the full-time job, Eston?
Yeah.
James?
I think you've got two after that performance. Obviously, we've got one on Tuesday, a home game against Portsmouth coming up. But I think even if we don't get a result there, I think we still should.
For me personally, I think we need to give it a couple of more weeks. Obviously, he got the win against Millwall, draw against Bristol, win yesterday. It was quite a good win yesterday. We got Portsmouth now on Tuesday, and then a tough game against West Brom. And then in the next sort of 2 weeks, we've got the international break. So I think, we don't want to rush into appointing a manager just yet, just because we need to see how it goes over the next couple of weeks. But if we sort of pick up the results and the football is still the same as it was yesterday, then why not?
Okay.
I love how desperate he is for the job, though. Like, he's made it clear in his press conferences how desperate he is. And I know that he hasn't got that much experience, but this could be the making of him.
Well, those players look happy, don't they? I mean, I didn't see all your game yesterday. Obviously, you two both were there, but the highlights, it looked like there's a togetherness about the squad. Is that something that you've both seen?
Yeah, they were just so happy to be playing, and the shackles were off. Really, we were just playing with so much freedom, and just everything that we done on the ball, off the ball, it just worked to perfection. And like I mentioned earlier, the sort of the movement, the passing, it was just, the build up to the goals as well. It was just a joy to watch, and well, one of my favourite games I've watched in years, to be honest.
Okay. Some other people made that similar comment. Scott said, "This is the best I've seen us play in 3 years at home." Omer Riza's Army. Bluebird John said, best performance I can remember since the Dave Jones era. I mean, that's going back a tiny bit, isn't it? Eston, was it that good?
I mean, it was so slick. It was so fluid, as James touched on earlier. Like, there's been times this season, especially like under Bullet, where you look at us and you wondered where the points were going to come from. But they looked like they all knew their roles as a team, and they were so free, and they were playing with a smile on their face, and that's something that we haven't done for ages.
Is it also true that he's sorted the midfield out a bit more, because that's been woeful, hasn't it, in early games? And James, you've been on this channel since the start, pointing that out nearly every single week. Craig says finally a midfield of Turnbull, Robertson, and Ruben. This has to be the three now going forward. We've got three players who can pass the ball forward, and what a difference. They didn't lose possession in their own third once today, unlike when Ralls and Co play. Robbo was class, and I can't wait to see Isaac with them. Is Craig right?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'd say so. I mean, the three midfielders yesterday, they're all creative midfielders, and they can all obviously pass the ball forward, and they, Ruben Colwell as well, unbelievable game from him yesterday, goal and 2 assists, but also as well, just a little stat for you, the combined age of the three midfield players at Burnley was a combined age of 96. And yesterday was a combined age of 68. For three players, that is a huge difference in age, but also as well, the three players, like I say, they were a lot more creative yesterday.
And of course, you've got, as mentioned, Isaac Davis to come back, along with a Tete as well. So, I mean, we don't know how long those ones, but it seems like they're nearing return, Eston. Do you have a new belief then that you're actually not going to be in any danger going down this season?
Oh yeah, if we play like that, we're not going to go down. And we're still in the early stages of Omer Riza, so it can only get better. But that's what I've been impressed with. How he's got them all believing in what he wants to do, and they clearly want to play for him. Like
Absolutely.
they're growing in confidence every week, and I think every game Riza has had, we've took the lead. So you can say our Plymouth easy game, and they had a red card, and yeah, that did kill it a little bit for them. But we were 2-0 up in the first half before that, so I think we would have seen it out anyway.
Okay. Just on that red card, James, Wayne Rooney said that Perry Ng was clever in the role that he played in Sissoko's red card. What was your blue-tinted view of it?
Yeah, obviously he was clever in what he done. He sort of, had the foul, he's booted it, he's hit him. He obviously Sissoko's reacted, but unfortunately for him, you can't put your hands around a player's neck and not, think you're gonna get at least potentially a red card. So.
Okay. And the final tweet then goes to Bob. Bob says, we were superb from start to finish today. It feels like a weight has been lifted off the players, and it is showing. They look a lot happier. 25 shots and 11 on target. Maybe some of us were wrong to think Riza wasn't ready or the man to take us forward. So, if he beats Portsmouth and gets a draw against West Brom next week, James, he should get the job, shouldn't he?
I'll reserve my judgment until the international break. He's good. It's good at the moment, and I'm really happy with how he played yesterday. It's unbelievable, but we can't rush into it. We can't rush into it yet.
I understand that because of the club's position in the table right now.
Okay.
Maybe until January is the right decision to see how he gets on, and then if not, we've still got time to turn it around. But I strongly believe that we won't be in a relegation fight with Riza in charge.
All right, Brill, thank you for that. A couple more things before we go. International break is over now. What do you think of What do you think of Wales' performances?
Yeah, good. The only thing I would say is just trying to finish off them games. Obviously, we went 1-0 up with a penalty, but yeah, just trying to get that second and a third goal just to kill that game off.
Yeah. Ruben Colwell was due to feature for the under-21s for Wales against the Czech, and he had to. He wasn't eligible to feature because of an admin blunder by the Welsh FA.
Yeah,
It's not just me, is it? But these things shouldn't happen at
no,
this level.
no, not at that level.
Not at
It's
that
something
level.
that
It's too high of a level for that stuff to be happening.
Yeah.
Someone's definitely lost their job because of that, or you'd hope so.
Absolutely, yeah. So I think he withdrew with the squad with fucking Ashford as well. And they did go on to lose, so it might have been a different result. All right then. Finally, we're asking because it's Halloween. Who's the scariest and nastiest player that's ever pulled on a Bluebird shirt? Can you think of a player who you would never wanted to play against as an opposition? Who's the one?
I got two players that played for us that I would say either Gary Medell, absolutely terrier in the midfield, just nasty, or Gary Medine.
Good show,
So,
Heston.
two of them,
Just on Gary Medell, there was a big fuss when he first signed for us, saying, "Oh, he's going to be this hothead in midfield," and I think he was quite well behaved when he was with us. Obviously, I know what he's like, so it's a good shout. But he was quite well behaved when he was with us. But you've got the likes of Craig Bellamy, who was always hurling abuse at the ref, and he always seemed to play angry.
Can you?
Yeah, so he's one of them. And Darren Pearce in the midfield, tough guy, always yellow carded. So, yeah,
good shouts. Those
shouts.
Brilliant. If you can beat those, drop them into the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching. Next week, of course, we'll be chatting about that Portsmouth game and the West Brom game, and looking ahead to our next one as well. Do drop us a subscribe, and of course, you can listen to us on Apple Music or Spotify or your other download. Choice of downloads. Thank you very much, James. Thank you, Eston, and we'll catch you all next week.
See you again.